Hello everyone, here I am in Billy's room, hopefully in some better lighting so that you can see me and it's not all garbly and computery and crunchy and pixelated. If it is, let me know. I have to thank Billy because she's giving me a room to do these videos in. We're learning, aren't we, as we go. So I'm here just quickly to talk about Miss Trembath's amazing video yesterday in writing. She was talking about openers that we use to make our writing more interesting. She talked about two different types, questioning and onomatopeia. That was a big word, wasn't it? Let's try that slowly. Onomatopeia, okay? And that just simply means using the sound that something makes in our writing, okay? So we might use bang or crash or drip, drip, drip to start our writing, okay? Now, I had a look through some books because I was trying to find some examples for you of where that might happen. The books that I have here at home didn't actually have any examples of a question or onomatopoeia, which is strange because it's quite a common way to start stories. The thing that you should know is that when we talk about openers, we don't just mean the first sentence in a story. We could mean every time we start a new thought, a new paragraph, or in this case, a new page. Every time we start a new thought, we need an opener. Okay, so an opener is designed to make our writing more interesting, to grab the person listening so that they want to read more. This book had a different type of opener, and there are many, many, many types. This week's focus is on questioning and onomatopoeia. But this one, for example, one of my favourite books by Julia Donaldson and Axel Schäfer, is Monkey Puzzle. And it opens with dialogue. And I know that because it shows talking marks. I've lost my mum. And that makes me want to read more because I want to know what's going to happen to this poor monkey who's lost his mum or her mum. This is for Daddy, this one. It doesn't open with a question or onomatopoeia. It opens with a feeling or an emotion. Baby Bear was grumbly. I want to know, why is Baby Bear grumbly? So I will read on and I'll find out. This is some dialogue. Come on, babe. Come on, Grumbly Bear. This one here. The day the crayons quit. Lots of people have read this story. This one opens with a time opener. One day in class, Duncan went to take out his crayons and found a stack of letters with his name on them. A time opener, one day in class, and a setting. There are many different openers. We can decide which one we want to choose. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It's just that today we're teaching you about two different types. Now, you might ask, what would I even write a question about, or what would I even think about onomatopoeia to represent in my story? Well, Lily happens to have a dragon in her room sitting right next to me. So I thought, I'll imagine that my descriptive piece is about a dragon today. Okay? So if I was going to ask a question about a dragon, I might ask something like, have you ever seen a dragon? I don't know that this is a question yet, though, when I'm reading it, because I haven't put some very important bit of punctuation on the end of this. What do you think it might be? Remember, it's a question. There's a bit of a clue. If you were thinking a question mark, then you were right. I should have had a question mark at the end here because I'm asking a question and my sentence isn't finished until it's there. Now, the other thing we were looking at this week was adjectives. So my sentence is a little bit boring. I could make it even more interesting by adding some adjectives to describe my noun. My noun is the dragon because it's a thing. Remember, a noun is a person, a place, or a thing. Here's my dragon. How am I going to describe it? Okay, well, here's an opportunity to tell our readers a little bit about, not completely, just a little bit, a little clue about our dragon. This one is a red dragon, but I'm imagining it's green because I like the colour green. Have you ever seen a grumpy dragon? That's pretty good, but I might even add another adjective. Have you ever seen a grumpy green dragon? Notice how I can create whatever I want to create. Just because this one is red and yellow and grey doesn't mean that my story has to be red and yellow and grey. I can turn it into whatever I want because I'm writing it. It's my story. Now, this one has a question mark, so it's finished. Okay? Notice how they're really interesting sentences, though. Have you ever seen a grumpy green dragon? And I'm not talking about on a movie. Onomatopeia. I'm looking at my dragon and I'm thinking, what kinds of sounds would my dragon make? Roar! And I put an exclamation mark because I really want to make it really obvious that this dragon is making a really loud sound. Roar! The dragon opened her mouth and let out a shriek. Another one. Thump, thump, thump. The ground shook as she walked. I was thinking about what would it feel like if the dragon walked by? What would it sound like? Would I be scared? Would I be nervous? Would I be afraid? So I can turn my writing into a really interesting piece of writing just by thinking about onomatopoeia at the start of my openers, the start of my story, and at the start of paragraphs and new pages, new sentences. So I hope that helps you understand a little bit more about why we use our onomatopoeia and questions at the start as openers to our writing pieces. This week you're talking about descriptive writing. So you might have written your story by now, but if you haven't, and if you struggled with that yesterday, see if you can use your topic, your best day ever for your descriptive piece, to think about a question that you might open with, or onomatopoeia, what was happening in your best day ever that you could describe as a sound to start your sentence. All right, hope that helps. Bye.